because I don't know how many people still have their doors open, or like, I don't know how many people can hear me if I talk at full volume. But I wanted to say, like, I have probably not had a single week that my family members have pissed me off more as far as coming in the room. Like, holy crap, they have been pissing me off. And it's mainly been grandma, but it's kind of just been everyone too. Like, cause the thing is, like a few days ago, she I don't know, I don't even want to get into it, but like, holy crap, they have my family has been irritating the shit out of me. Um, like it pisses me off. My my mom has also had been pissing me off just a little bit ago, because because the thing is, like, about my birthday thing, usually what I do, and mom, I have done this for the past few years, so if mom didn't have dementia, she should be able to remember this, although she are you kidding? With the memory of parents, it makes you more surprised that they don't have dementia. I wouldn't be surprised if I read a study that was like parents have an increased more likelihood of dementia because they forget everything. But it's like I do this every year, and if mom remembered anything, she would know. And and basically, it's like, obviously I do the out to dinner trip, but usually I also have a trip where either dad takes me out to lunch, or I just go out to lunch like during the day. Like, that is how it is. That is how we've been doing it. It's not something that's special to me. My siblings have done it year after year, and I've done it year after year. And then I asked her because I was curious, because I was debating between this. I know this is so random, but I was debating between either Sonic, that a fast food place called Sonic, um, and Olive Garden, because I have been wanting to go back to Olive Garden for a while. But I also like, I don't know, Sonic is my kind of fast food place. Like, I don't know. What I like about Sonic is that they have all the like they have all the fast food items that I like. Um, like Sonic, they don't bother with they don't bother with the crappy stuff that they might have at like Mickey D's or something. But so I was debating between either Sonic and Olive Garden. And so I had asked mom like her opinion, like, what do you think, Sonic or Olive Garden? And she said, oh, probably Olive Garden. And I was thinking that too. And then she was and then I had kind of kept talking, and we were kind of um I don't know, it was complicated, but just like, I don't know. I don't know if anyone else relates to this. Like, I feel like half the time I say stuff like, "Oh, when so and so happens," and I feel like no one else relates to it. But I don't know if anyone relates to this, but it's like when you're asking someone their opinion on something, or you're trying to get them to, like, you're trying to you're talking with someone in a way where you're trying to get them to respond. Like, you want them to like, it's not a conversation where you're just telling them something. You want them to respond, but you're not necessarily asking a question. And and not even just that, like, in just like, forget about that, just like regular conversation, and they give you like the exact answer you hoped they wouldn't give you, like l- like like moments where it's like they like moments where it's like, it's almost like you feel like they know exactly where to hit you. like they know exactly where to strike you and get you pissed off. Like it doesn't happen often, but hold it like seriously. Like I legitimately wonder if it's like a phenomenon or something. Um, or just I mean it's probably just chance, but yeah, it's like it was one of those moments where she gave me the exact response that I was hoping she would not do. Like of the probably 10 different ways she could have responded to my question, she responded to it in the one way that like pissed me the hell off. I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but it's like you ask a question or you're talking with someone and like they just say something that just really strikes a nerve. Like that just seems like especially stupid. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know. It's like I feel like I've been really like I don't know. I don't want to say like no uncaring isn't the right word, but like I just not necessarily uncaring, but like not phased by like like if someone is being if someone is in my life is pissing me off. Because I mean this is I mean all kids can all kids probably can relate to this at some point in their lives. The annoyance of like people being annoying around you, but when your parents are in the picture, they're the ones who are the ultimate deciders of the various things you want to do. So you feel like you can't say what you want to say in a lot of situations. I'm sure a lot of I'm sure a lot of people can. In fact, I'm sure at some point most people can probably relate to that. Um, and it just it just feels so tightening. It feels so constricting. Not being able to say what you want to say because it would threaten the chance of doing something you want to do. And the thing is usually it wouldn't matter to me that much, but because it's something with my birthday, it feels like it hurts more. Like it hurts more when like and the thing is this is like like obviously this is family banter, so it's like the question whether in an argument who was right or wrong. It's like family banter is mostly just BS most of the time anyway. But it's one of those things where it's like, especially because I'm still living with my parents, and I probably just targeted myself. Knowing how the people in my YouTube comments and my chats usually are, They're probably gonna take note to that. I shouldn't have said that because now I bet I'm gonna get a million chats of people calling me a loser for still living with my parents, even though they clearly have not seen the state of the world right now, um, or had any knowledge about the state of the United States right now, which is by no means the center of the world. But I'm saying that like I'm in the U.S., so it's like but that's the most frustrating thing about still living with your parents is you'll have like I still have again like that's what I'd say is the most frustrating thing about still living with my parents is I'll still occasionally have things that bank on my parents' answer, like that bank on my parents' decision on something. So it's like even though I'm an adult And when you're an adult, you should feel like you have more freedom, right? You should feel like you have more freedom to defend yourself and speak your views and everything. But when you still live with your parents and you have things that bank on being nice, because this is the thing, is it's like it goes back to the whole rhetoric, and like it goes back to this like mindset of just simply reacting to someone being angry rather than understand trying to understand why someone is angry. Like this is how parents are, is and this is how parents and like teachers and most people like that, parents and teachers and stuff, they'll simply react to someone being angry rather than trying to understand why someone is angry. So that's why I say you feel like you can't defend yourself, because even if you're being angry for a totally legitimate reason, parents don't see it that way. They don't, and especially my mom too. Like she is not going to take the time to understand why someone might be angry about something. She's just going to see someone being angry and hate it, because that is how her mind works. Instead of and the thing is, and it's also like, obviously, a lot of politics relate to this. I mean, she's a liberal, so it's like that. This is how their brains work. They they focus on reactionary bullshit instead of actually trying to understand the intricacies of why things need to get done. Um, like why we should do things certain ways. So I mean, this is just how her mind works, and this is also how my grandmother's mind works. Is they just see something, and they just see it as someone being angry or someone being violent, and condemn it without trying to understand why they're being angry or violent. Um, I mean, this is the problem with having politically reactionary family members, is they'll their personalities will also echo their politics. Reactionary um, and performativeness. Um, and so that's the annoying thing, is it's like I got kind of pissy at her. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, this is one of those birthdays where, like, I'm trying to have the mindset of like I shouldn't even expect to do all the normal stuff I would. It's like the fact that, like, um the fact that like most of the oh, new subscriber, thank you. But the fact that most oh, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Um, the fact that most. Whenever I forget what I'm trying to say, whenever I forget something I'm trying to say, what I always do is I always end up backtracking what I was talking about in my mind. Like, okay, so I was talking about this, then that led to that. Like, that's what I always end up doing. Um, but it's just like I'm trying to have the mindset of like, it's like I shouldn't like the normal things that I that would that my family normally does for a birthday. It's like I'm trying to keep the mindset of like I shouldn't even expect for all of this to happen. So like I should mentally like make myself grateful for whatever I do get, because it's like I'm turning 20. Like I'm turning 20 years old. So there's no reason I should expect to get all the normal things associated with how birthdays are celebrated in my family. Um so I'm trying to keep that mindset, but it's also like when I really think about it, I'm like, man, I really want to do that though. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm just trying not to worry about it, and we're coming to the end of the school year, so who knows? I'll probably end up, even if I don't end up doing it necessarily for my birthday, who knows? I might end up having another chance. Um, Especially because my siblings get out of school earlier this year. Oh, yay. Lovely for me, right? It's like, but, it's like I only have about a month left of life, basically. And so, lovely for me, right? I think they even get out before Juneteenth, I'm pretty sure. Which, I mean, if I'm thinking about Fairwood, I don't even think we got out until like Ju- uh, June 20th or something. Because how it was for Fairwood was we always got out um, at least after the start of summer. Like I don't think we ever had a year where we would get out before the actual start of summer happens, which I think is excuse me, I think is June. I think it's June 21st or something. I'm pretty sure. I always try to remember the 21st because I'm pretty sure most solstices, like the the spring solstice and summer solstice and like winter solstice. I'm pretty sure it's usually on like the 21st of the month. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. My really terrible allergies that I've had over the past week are mostly gone, but I still have that occasional cough and my nose is still like crazy right now. So, I wonder if that also is the reason why my footage was like the audio quality um the all like maybe part of it wasn't just a new phone, but also like how my voice was because my allergies were still bad at the time. So, yeah, as far as I know, tomorrow, Lauren has her prom, her stupid prom thing. It's funny because so many things she does, like, the more and more she talks about prom, the more and more I am glad that I was in an online school and didn't have to deal with that crap. I'm really happy how my online school did it because it's one of those things where I did not want to have to deal with prom whatsoever, but I also really wanted to have an in-person graduation. Like, I wanted to experience an in-person graduation and I did, but they also didn't have prom, which was an advantage for me because I mean, the graduation ceremony was already enough socialization that I care for with people my own age. So I was so happy with how it was. Like, I got the in person graduation, but I didn't have to deal with the like horribly cringe worthiness that would be associated with prom. Like, the more and more she talks about it, the more and more I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't have to do this. Plus, it's not like anyone would be my partner anyway. It's like, you know. I think a lot of times I'm like my mind isn't necessarily in the right place when thinking about like dating and stuff because it's like I am it's like I am not in good physical shape. Like I am not physically fit. I have probably what you'd call a reclusive lifestyle, and I don't consider myself pretty. I mean, in fact, I'd probably consider myself ugly. But it's like the thing is, I have to stop thinking in that specific way because it's like it's like people the thing because the thing is I think of myself as like people date anyone like it's like that's the thing I try to tell myself is that like if I think I'm bad, people will date a lot worse. But it's just even still, it's like I doubt I'd find anyone. So it's like, yeah. But anyway, so she has that tomorrow. So I don't know. I couldn't really get an answer from mom if she needed to be there for that. Um, I don't think so. I don't know why she would be. I don't even know what prom is. Like, what do you do? The only thing I know about it is that you dance, which is like that alone is gonna scare me off. I will never understand. Like, honestly, even in any scenario, like the only type of dancing I think doesn't look completely cringeworthy is like really cool forms of dancing, like break dancing and like and ballerina dance, like ones that require a lot of um hand-eye coordination and and physical technicality. Like I appreciate that kind of stuff, but just the type of dancing they would probably do in prom settings, I cannot. Like that like I cannot see that as anything other than cringeworthy. So I'm so like but that's like the only like what is prom other than dancing and probably eating and drinking or something. So it's I don't know. So I don't think mom would need to be there for that. But it's like I mean I don't know. I think we might be going to Winco. The only reason why I suggested it was because well, one because mom she already wasn't wanting to do what I had hoped to do. So it's like you could at least go to Winco. But the main reason why I want to go to Winco is because the last few weeks I've gone to Fred Meyer, they haven't had the um what's the brand? Banquet Mega Bowls. And the Nashville Chicken, one of those. They haven't had that for at least the past 2 or 3 weeks that I've gone there. But Winco has basically the same stuff Fred Meyer does, so I'm hoping they will have it. So I'm hoping we go to Winco. And the thing is, like, if I'm not doing the trip to Sonic or Olive Garden ever, or at least not that day, then other than grocery shopping, I don't really. Because the thing is, in my mind, I was like, okay, tomorrow's going to be packed, but other than grocery shopping, realistically, what else are we going to do? Mom has. And the thing is, she was saying, like, you know what I hate is like, as I get older and older, like, and I don't know if any of you guys also relate to this, but sometimes if you have people that you grow up with all your life, you get older and older and you start to realize things about them that you didn't notice before, but once you notice it now, you're like, okay, yeah, that they definitely did that all their life. And one of them is with my grandma, and the thing is, I kind of had realized this before, and I know my dad agrees with me on this. Like, I know he's at the same position, and it's essentially just my grandma loves to baby mom in the sense that I'll ask mom something, and grandma will answer for her. And I just, it really, like, I really despise it. Like, cause like so many times she'll say that, and I want to be like, okay, I didn't ask you, I asked mom. This is her problem. Is she'll treat mom like she can't answer for herself. Like, and the thing is, that my dad had kind of echoed a similar agreement with me. Like, she still. It's like she still thinks in her head that mom is like a kid, that she can't answer for herself, that she can't make her own decisions. Well, and I think I might have said this before, but the other thing I have always kind of felt irritated by with my grandmother is she has always been the one to always have the opposing suggestion. Like I feel like she has been the one person throughout my life who has always offered like the one suggestion that is like it's always a suggestion that is like the total opposite of what I've been wanting to do. Like when we're thinking about things to do or something like that, she has always been my opposer. She has always been the opposer of things that I was suggesting. Or she's always suggested like the complete opposite of what I was talking about. Like she is such a Debbie Downer and buzzkill about stuff. This is why I never want her there whenever I'm asking mom about something, because it's like I know she'll try to answer for her, and I know she'll I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like she's trying to sabotage it. I don't know. But anyway, it's just like her like always wanting to answer for mom. That's one of those things that's like you start to realize as you get older. And it's one of those things you realize like that's not normal. So anyway, I'm starting to realize I don't actually think that much is going to happen tomorrow. I think most stuff is probably going to happen Sunday. And again, I still have not picked a place. And as far as the bank hunt, I do, that's not going to be a part of before my birthday. I'm definitely going to probably push it out until June. Um, I don't know when though. I don't know when. I don't know if banks are closed on Juneteenth. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah. So anyway, I don't really have much more to say. Um, sometimes I think about my position in life, and I think about I think about the things in life that have felt really bad, and the things in life that have felt really good. But sometimes I think about when I've been sick, or I've had or sometimes, or when I've had a minor illness, I've had I've had COVID, or some stomach virus or something, and I think about how terrible I felt when I went through that, and then I think about people who are a lot older than me, or people who are either a lot older than me, or people who have gone through a lot worse stuff, like people who have lost a limb in an accident or something like that, and I'm am I just like am I just a coward? Am I just it's like if I feel this bad, at already a relatively young point in my life, how am I going to be able to handle the other things? You know? Like, I don't know. I feel like I am not ready for a lot of stuff. I mean, that's what happens when you live in relative isolation for 6 years. I mean, the only times I'll go out of the house most of the time are when I walk out of the house and I'm basically constricted to the shopping center, which I'm even lucky that we live close to a shopping center. I can't even imagine how boring life would be if we didn't live that close to the shopping center. Like I can't even imagine how life would be if we didn't live as close to the shopping center as we did. Other than going out of the house and, going to Hagen or going to Chase or occasionally going to like McDonald's or Taco Time. And occasionally, and, obviously when we grocery shop. Um, but other than that, like a couple other things. I don't know, maybe that also made me happier as well. Because it's like, there's another thing about how life was in like 2023 when I felt so much happier. It's like I'm also realizing like I also was out pretty much every single day because I would walk. I would go on walks with my grandma. So I had been we went to Costco today. Dad and I went to Costco. Um, and we got the and we because it was kind of tragic in a way because I wanted to get these frozen ramen bowls, but they but I just it's one of those moments where like I totally had the opportunity but I just chickened out, like, and I didn't end up getting them. I did get chicken bakes though, and I've been eyeing those ever since we got home, and I've been wanting to have one, so I might have one of those. Um, I don't know what with though. I'm really sad I didn't get those ramen bowls because I'm sure Dad wouldn't have looked. Anyway, I'm gonna end this because I feel like all this looking at my phone and all this talking is only making my slight headache right now worse. So, and I actually feel relatively fine, like laying with the fan on here. So, I'll update you guys whenever. I'll definitely update you guys before my birthday, because I know my last few videos have been few and far between compared to how they were on Instagram. But I definitely am gonna do another one of these before my birthday. So anyway, I'm gonna end this. So see you guys later.